Introducing the Vivo X200 FE. It's the company's first time releasing an FE variant of their flagship X series, and I have to say, this is indeed an interesting phone. It's one of those tiny flagships that packs a serious punch in terms of the cameras, performance, and also the battery life. Do hit that like and subscribe button as that will really help us out a lot. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about the design first, as it is a big highlight for the Vivo X200 FE. It comes in a very tiny footprint that I can comfortably grip with just one hand and reach to the far end of the screens easily. Though the phone isn't exactly the thinnest for a phone of this size. When I look at the phone for the first time, it immediately reminded me of another phone's iconic design. I mean, they are very similar. So let me know down in the comment section below which phone does this design remind you of? Because I know you guys have a lot of thoughts. Anyway, it is available in a variety of different colors, and we have the pink color one with us. It's a really nice hue of pink because it's not too striking, yet it is obvious enough that it is indeed pink in color. The frame is black in color as well, which I think is a weird combination, but it eventually did grow on me. Another contributing factor to the size of this phone is obviously going to be the screen. It's a 6.31-inch OLED screen with a rather high resolution of 2640 by 1216 pixels and also goes up to 120Hz refresh rate. The brightness of this screen amazed me as it can reach around 1780 nits in auto brightness mode, so we don't have to worry about looking at this screen under the scorching sun. I also tested the color accuracy in two different modes, and the first one with its default out-of-the-box settings, it's pretty good as it covers a large chunk of sRGB color gamut, but a disappointing DCI-P3 coverage. I know that this display can do better, so I changed it to the bright color mode in the settings menu, and it covered nearly 100% of sRGB and 82.44% of DCI-P3. It is better, but not the best. With a lower DCI-P3 color gamut coverage, it means that the colors coming out of this screen here isn't particularly that vivid. Still, the delta E numbers are very low here, and that is good. As for the performance, I am rather surprised. This phone comes packed with the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus chipset, and I already had high hopes when I saw the specs sheet. This MediaTek chipset is actually very good. However, I am worried about the temperature as this phone is tiny, hence the effective surface area for heat to dissipate away is lesser. When we did our gaming test, which you can watch at the top right corner there, we can get good FPS numbers on Genshin Impact at the highest graphical settings, though it did go through the first stage of thermal throttling at around 45 degrees Celsius, reducing the FPS to around 35 each average. Xender Zone Zero, which is currently the most demanding game that we have, runs really well at first at around 30 FPS. However, it eventually did hit the second stage of thermal throttling, which is the absolute thermal limit of 49 degrees Celsius, and the frame rate drops to around 16 FPS. It's still a commendable number when compared to other chipsets of this level. You might have realized that I mentioned that there are two stages of thermal throttling, and it seems like many phones nowadays, especially for this generation, have this kind of system. You can watch our video at the top right corner there where we talk more about thermal throttling and also Snapdragon versus MediaTek for this generation of chipsets. Either way, the performance coming out of the tiny Vivo X200 FE is extremely good, especially for its size. I have to say, it's even better than the Snapdragon 8S Gen 4 too. If you want to know more about that chip in particular, we have yet another gaming test video or down in the description below for you to watch. Of course, watch it after this video. Now, let's talk about the battery life then. This phone, even though it's so small, it has a 6500 mAh battery, and it lasts for around 22 hours in our standardized battery life test. Honestly, it's quite good. As for the charging speed, this phone does come with a Vivo Flash Charge 90 watts charger in the box, and this charger is indeed still using a USB-A port, by the way. And looking at the overall charging speeds, the out-of-the-box settings will charge the phone from 15% to completion in nearly an hour, which is quite good for a phone with a 6500 mAh battery. When we do head into the settings menu, we can turn up the charging speed, and it can charge from 15% to completion in less than 50 minutes. And yeah, that's about 10 minutes faster, and the charging curve is pretty much flat. Then comes the USB PD support. It does support USB PD PPS as it has battery bypass feature while gaming. But it can only support up to 40 watts while using USB PD charger. It also nearly takes an hour to charge completely, which is great as that means we don't need to use Vivo's proprietary charger and cable to get fast charging. As for the software, this Vivo X200 FE comes with FunTouch OS 15, and I personally think that while there are ads found all over the system, it can be mitigated easily by either removing them or just not using those features at all. Yeah, I wish there were no ads, but at least we can mitigate it. Other than that, the software is pretty good, even though it doesn't have that many fancy features compared to other skins of Android. All in all, FunTouch OS 15 is snappy and it's actually good to use. As for the cameras, the Vivo X200 FE actually has triple cameras. The main camera and telephoto cameras are housed within the camera bump, but the ultra wide angle camera is placed at the side, flushed with the phone. And your assumption about it is correct. You see, the main camera actually takes really good pics. The overall colors and clarities are amazing, though it's a bit too bright for my liking most of the time. The telephoto camera is also doing a very good job here with great colors and clarity, but again, a bit too bright for my liking. The ultra-wide angle camera though, yeah, the 8 megapixel sensor and the quality is to be expected. It has obvious over-sharpening and distortion around the sides, but otherwise the colors and exposure, they are both really good here. Across all the three cameras, the colors and brightness consistency is pretty much the same. I am really impressed by what Vivo did to the cameras on the X200 FE. Filming videos at 4K 60fps is where we test the stabilization. It's not the best since it has some jitters, but overall it looks good. Just that the colors will look a bit flat, and again, everything I do think is a bit too bright here. And a few more things to mention, the Vivo X200 FE does come with a USB 2.0 port at the bottom with no display output capability, and this is definitely one of the ways Vivo did some cost cutting to the X200 FE. It also has dual SIM card slots and, well, nothing else. So, should you buy the Vivo X200 FE? It's a question that I think really depends on the price. At the time of this filming, which is 23rd of June 2025, we do not have the price yet. And that is the most frightening part about this phone. So let's do something new. I'll put up the price that I expected for this phone to be, and then we'll judge from there. The price I expect it to be is 2,799 ringgit Malaysia. Anything higher will be too expensive and also too close to the Vivo X200's price. If Vivo does price it to be like 2,499 ringgit Malaysia, then I think it would be an actually good deal. I'll put up the retail price and my final thoughts down in the description below or on the screen here whenever we do have it. Assuming we haven't published the video, of course. And yeah, do let me know down in the comment section below what do you think about the new Vivo X200 FE, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Do remember to like and subscribe, and also watch our gaming test video about this phone, because I assure you the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 Plus is an amazing chipset. Yeah, goodbye.